Yes, good evening. Let us continue the MCQs from electrostatics, which we have started last time. Yes. I hope you can see the MCQs. Okay, so just read these MCQs. I think we have done with this 10th one, right? Okay, so let us try. This 13th one here. See here, this 13th one. What does it tell us? A particle of mass m carrying the charge q is kept at rest in uniform electric field E, and then it is released. And the kinetic energy gained by the particle when it moves through a distance y is. Okay. Okay. So 13th वाला क्वेश्चन देखो ठीक से. क्यू चार्ज वाला एक पार्टिकल जो है वो इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड के अंदर रखा हुआ है और उसको हमने छोड़ दिया. तो व्हाट विल बी द काइनेटिक एनर्जी गेन्ड बाय दिस पार्टिकल व्हेन इट मूव्स थ्रू द डिस्टेंस y. सो अभी देखो इसमें हमको क्या करना है कि we'll have to find out the we will have to find out the total kinetic energy gained by the particle. Suppose that this is the electric field. मान लो ये एक इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड है जिसके अंदर ये पार्टिकल रखा हुआ है. Okay, suppose this is the particle. Yes, and suppose it is exerted by upon by a charge. और इलेक्ट्रिक इंटेंसिटी जो है वो E यहाँ पे है. इस इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड की वजह से क्या होगा, इस पार्टिकल के ऊपर, क्यू चार्ज वाले पार्टिकल के ऊपर एक फोर्स एक्ट होगा इस डायरेक्शन में, जो कि हम देख सकते हैं उसका जो मैग्नीट्यूड है, just like we know that the electric intensity is actually defined as the force per unit charge. करेक्ट है. तो इसको अगर हम थोड़ा सिंप्लीफाई करेंगे तो हमको मिलेगा फोर्स इज इक्वल टू चार्ज इनटू इंटेंसिटी, राइट. So this will be the force acting on this charge, and because of this force, the whatever work is done, okay, the whatever work will be done by this force on this charge will be stored in the form of the potential energy, and that will appear it as a kinetic energy. Correct? Eh? So how will you find out the work done by this force in moving this charge from rest to this point here. मतलब जब ये जो पार्टिकल है वो जब तक y इतना डिस्टेंस ट्रेवल करेगा तो तब तक वो कितना वर्क डन परफॉर्म करेगा, तो वो हम कैसे निकाल सकते हैं. देखो सिंपल सा हम ये कंसेप्ट कर सकते हैं यहाँ पे कि yes, the work done here will actually be equal to by this force in moving this charge from this point to this point here. तो ये जो इनिशियल पॉइंट है ए उसको बोल सकते हैं, और यहाँ से बी पॉइंट तक जब इस चार्ज को हम लेके जाते हैं तो कितना वर्क डन होगा वो हमको निकालना है. एंड दैट वर्क डन कैन बी एक्चुअली फाउंड आउट बाय दिस फॉर्मूला W इज इक्वल टू फोर्स इनटू डिस्प्लेसमेंट. करेक्ट है. तो दिस इज द फॉर्मूला. So force acting on this charge is going to be Q into E, which must be multiplied with the displacement, which is given to be Y. So that we can say that the Q E Y will actually be the total work done, which has to be equal to the kinetic energy. So the kinetic energy obtained by this charge will be actually same as the work done on this charge, when it moves from one point to other point like this. So the option can be selected. Yes, so it will be QE into Y. This will be the correct option. Okay, and here we can just talk about this question number 14 here, which simply tells us that which of the following configurations of electric lines of force is not possible. Okay, तो कौन सा configuration possible नहीं है? तो वो हम देख सकते हैं आराम से कि A जो है, it is possible because all the lines of force are parallel and they are not violating any properties of lines of force. But if we see carefully this option B, ऑप्शन बी के अंदर हम क्या दिख रहा है हमको कि प्लस चार्ज से ये लाइंस ऑफ फोर्स है वो निकल रहे हैं एंड जस्ट आफ्टर फॉर्मिंग अ लूप दे आर इंटरसेक्टिंग एट अ पॉइंट. ओके ओके सो फाइव भी करेक्ट हो सकता है क्योंकि वहां पे भी हम देख सकते हैं कि द लाइंस ऑफ फोर्स आर अपियरिंग टू इमर्ज फ्रॉम 5 कूलम चार्ज प्लस पॉजिटिव चार्ज and they are appearing to enter into the negative charge. Okay, that is also they may be correct, but here C cannot be the correct option. Why? Because these lines of force are intersecting each other, which is not possible. And अगर यहाँ पे हम देख रहे हैं कि B के अंदर अगर देखते हो तो lines of force are appearing to form the loops. So that can also be the correct found out to be the incorrect option. So we can just select B and C as incorrect one. Chalo, move to the next question. That is fourth question. See here, 2 point charges 8 coulomb and -2 coulomb are located at x equal to 0 and x equal to L respectively. The location of point on x-axis at which the net electric field due to these 2 point charges is going to be 0 is. तो अभी देखो ठीक से. We want to find out the location on x-axis where the net electric field is going to be 0. Okay, so suppose that this is the electric field and this is the x-axis. तो ये suppose हमारा x-axis हो गया और यहाँ पे ये y-axis हम consider करते हैं. ठीक है, और यहाँ पे हमको एक दो चार्जेस रखे हुए हैं. ठीक है, पढ़ो एक बार ठीक से क्वेश्चन. देखो ये हमारा क्वेश्चन है. Okay, which tells us simply that the 2 point charges of plus 8 coulomb Q and -2 Q are located at 0 and L respectively. So where these 2 point charges has been located, see here, this is the first charge which is of plus 8 Q kept here, and the second charge -2 Q is kept at another point. This is suppose the charge of -2 Q which is kept at the point x equal to L here. That means this is the L. ठीक है, L इस पॉइंट पे ये चार्ज रखा हुआ है. ठीक है, ये डिस्टेंस L है. ओके, तो we want to find out the location at a point where the net electric field due to these two charges will be 0. Okay, so if we consider this point in between here, ये इन दोनों के बीच में अगर कोई पॉइंट अगर हम कंसिडर करते हैं, so the electric field at this point due to this charge 8 coulomb charge will be towards right because it is a positive charge. And if you consider the electric field due to this negative charge here at the same point, then it will also be in the same direction. That means both of these electric fields will just get added up together, and hence we can just get that in between these two charges there is no point where the electric intensity can become 0, because electric intensity 0 बनने के लिए दोनों के electric fields opposite direction में होने जरूरी है, so that they can cancel each other. So if you consider a point here at this point here, तो मतलब यहाँ पे राइट साइड में अगर एक पॉइंट हम कंसिडर करते हैं यहाँ पे, तो वो हम उसके बारे में बोल सकते हैं कि उस पॉइंट पे जो ये पॉजिटिव चार्ज है, ये जो पॉजिटिव चार्ज है उसकी वजह से जो इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड यहाँ पे बनेगा, दैट विल एक्चुअली बी along this direction, away from this charge direction, and at the same time इस नेगेटिव चार्ज की वजह से जो इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड बनेगा यहाँ पे, it may be towards this charge, that means in the opposite direction like this here, and these two electric charges, electric fields can cancel each other, and that's why we have to assume that that point where the net electric field must be zero should be at this point somewhere, ठीक है ना, at the right side of this minus 2q here, and the distance of that point we have to find it out. So in order to find out the distance, we'll just consider the distance of that point from this minus 2q as x. Okay, ये distance जो है वो हम x मान लेते हैं, चलो ठीक है. So this distance is going to be x, at which the electric field due to the positive charge is going to be along right direction, which will be denoted by E plus, we can say. उसको हम बोलेंगे E plus. And what is the electric field at this same point due to this negative charge here? It is going to be E minus, and it is directed in opposite direction in this way, and that will be called as E minus. And what is necessary for this net electric field to be zero here? तो यहाँ पे net electric field जो है वो zero कब बनेगा? जब E plus और E minus ये दोनों मैग्नीट्यूड में इक्वल होंगे. तो इन दोनों का मैग्नीट्यूड में इक्वल होना बहुत जरूरी है अगर हमको नेट इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड जीरो चाहिए तो. एंड ये कंडीशन यूज करके ही हमको वो डिस्टेंस मिलने वाला है जहाँ पे नेट इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड जीरो बनेगा, ठीक है. अब देखो इस नेगेटिव चार्ज की वजह से जो इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड बनेगा वो कितना होगा, और ये पॉजिटिव चार्ज की वजह से इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड कितना होगा वो हम निकाल सकते हैं आराम से, क्योंकि इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड निकालने के लिए हमारे पास एक जनरल फॉर्मूला है. इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड ड्यू टू अ पॉइंट चार्ज एट एनी पॉइंट at a distance r from it is given by the formula 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into q upon r square. करेक्ट है, ये फॉर्मूला है. बट अब यहाँ पे जब हम पॉजिटिव चार्ज की वजह से जो इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड यहाँ पे बनता है जिसको हमने E प्लस बोल के रखा है, वो अगर फाइंड आउट करेंगे तो उसके लिए हमको पॉजिटिव चार्ज से ये डिस्टेंस कितना है वो ढूंढ कर निकालना पड़ेगा. दिस होल टोटल डिस्टेंस हियर, ठीक है, ये जो टोटल डिस्टेंस मतलब 8 कूलम चार्ज से इस पॉइंट P का जो डिस्टेंस है वो कितना बनने वाला है. तो हम बोल सकते हैं यहाँ पे कि दिस डिस्टेंस इज मेड अप ऑफ टू पार्ट्स. वन इज L, from this point to this point is L, and the remaining distance here is going to be x. So we can just say that it will be L plus x, and hence the total distance from the point P, from the point origin here, this O here, will be actually L plus x, and hence the total electric field here will be 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught into, here it is going to be, अभी चार्ज के बदले क्या आने वाला है, 8q आने वाला है. तो यहाँ पे ऊपर में आएगा 8q, and that is to be divided by L plus x और उसका होल स्क्वायर. ये बन गया इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड ड्यू टू द पॉजिटिव चार्ज एट पॉइंट P here. But due to negative charge, the electric field can be found out by using the same formula. Only the difference is that the charge has to be replaced by minus 2q. That means 2q here, because minus sign will give us the direction, and direction के बारे में already हमने यहाँ पे consider किया ही है कि वो direction opposite है करके. But what we want here is now the 2q upon the distance. What is the distance of this point P here from this point minus 2q, where the charge minus 2q is kept here. तो ये distance कितना है तो वो हम देख सकते हैं, it is x, and that is to be put here in the denominator. So we can just get it as x square, बराबर. And now if we just simplify this further, then we can just get that is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught and 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught will just get cancelled, and we'll be simply left with 8q upon L plus x का whole square, which is equal to, here it will be simply 2q, that is divided by the simply x square. Okay, so here it is going to be x square. Now we can just cancel this 2q and 8q, leaving behind 4 here. Okay, ये अगर कैंसिल कर देंगे तो यहाँ पे 4 बचेगा. तो नेक्स्ट स्टेप में हमको क्या मिलेगा, देखो ठीक से. सो इट विल बी 4 अपॉन L प्लस x और उसका होल स्क्वायर, जो कि इस तरफ बचेगा 1 अपॉन x square. Okay, now we can just take the square root on both sides. तो अगर दोनों तरफ अगर हमने स्क्वायर रूट लिया, ठीक है, तो क्या होगा, तो 4 का स्क्वायर रूट क्या बनेगा, 2, राइट। अभी इस l प्लस एक्स का स्क्वायर रूट क्या बनेगा, l प्लस एक्स होल स्क्वायर का स्क्वायर रूट बनेगा सिंपली l प्लस एक्स ओनली, एंड दैट इज गोइंग टू बी इक्वल टू 1 का स्क्वायर रूट बनता है सिंपली 1, एंड x स्क्वायर का स्क्वायर रूट फिर से x, and then now if we just cross multiply here, then we can get this 2x is equal to l plus x, right. And if we just transfer this x in that side, then we can just get this 2x minus x is equal to l, and hence it becomes x equal to l, which is going to be actually the final answer. So the distance of that point will be actually l. So x is going to be l, but what we want to find out here is at which the location of the point on the x-axis at which the net electric field due to the two charges is 0. तो मतलब x-axis पे इस point P का location कितना है, so that location should be found out from origin. Okay, तो origin से हमको ये location ढूंढना है, ये पूरा total location कितना हो गया, वो निकालने के लिए हमको पहले ये जो L है वो हमको कंसिडर करना पड़ेगा, और ये जो x है, ये बचा हुआ x यहाँ पे इसमें ऐड करना पड़ेगा. So the total distance actually जो required है हमको, so required distance will be actually equal to L plus L, मतलब ही वो 2L हो जाएगा, ठीक है, क्योंकि x is going to be L and the total distance is going to be L plus L, which is going to be 2L, and that's why we can just consider this 2L as a final answer. Correct है? Yes, so required distance will actually be equal to L plus L means 2L, which is already there in this option A here, which should be the correct one. Okay. Yes. Let us see the next question. Okay, just consider this question number 17 here. Okay, read the question fast. Electric field at the centroid of an equilateral triangle carrying an equal charges q at each of the vertices is. So see here, this is suppose the equilateral triangle. Okay, so equal charges q are kept at each of these vertices, right? And due to these charges, what will be the yes, what can be the total electric field at the centroid of this triangle? तो इस centroid पे देखो ठीक से, ये जो चार्ज है Q वाला जो चार्ज है, ऊपर वाला चार्ज, इसकी वजह से जो इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड यहाँ पे बनेगा वो कितना होगा, देखो ठीक से. So you can just get it as in this direction. So it will be directed along the this charge, away from this charge, right है. तो उसको हम यहाँ पे इस तरह से ड्रॉ कर सकते हैं, देखो. So you can draw it like this. This electric field will be directed in the downward direction. Okay, तो ये हमने यहाँ पे ड्रॉ किया, नो डाउट. अभी दूसरा जो ये जो इस तरफ वाला जो चार्ज है, इसकी वजह से जो इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड यहाँ पे पैदा होगा, so we can just draw it like this away from that charge in this way, and it will be of the same magnitude because the distance is same and charge is also same. Okay, and this third one, ये जो चार्ज यहाँ पे है, उसकी वजह से जो इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड यहाँ पे बनेगा, तो वो इस डायरेक्शन में होगा, and it will also be in the same magnitude, of the same magnitude, but only the direction is going to be away from this charge q here. Now these three electric fields E, E and E, these will just cancel each other, just because all these three electric fields are equal in magnitude, and the resultant of these two, ठीक है ना, upper two, ये जो दोनों जो इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड्स है, ये दोनों 120 डिग्री पे इंक्लाइंड है. समझ सकते हो क्यों? क्योंकि ये 60 डिग्री ऐड होके वो 120 बनेगा, तो ये 120 डिग्री पे इंक्लाइंड दो वेक्टर्स जो है वो उतना ही एक रिजल्टेंट प्रोड्यूस करेंगे जिसका मैग्नीट्यूड बिल्कुल इन दोनों के भी जितना ही होगा और वो बिल्कुल बाइसेक्टर के अलॉन्ग होगा. नाउ दिस vector will just cancel out this vector here and leaving behind a zero vector. So that's why we can just get the null vector as a final answer. So the net electric field due to this system is going to be actually zero here. Remember why? Because all these three charges are equal and they are kept at an vertices of the equilateral triangle, and they will produce the electric fields of equal magnitudes which are symmetric in the plane. They will add up to zero, and that's why the net electric field at this point will be zero due to this fact. Okay. Yes, chalo next one. 19th one. We can do it orally. See, an electric dipole of dipole moment P is placed in an uniform electric field E. Then the maximum torque experienced by the dipole is. What is the maximum torque experienced by the dipole? It will be PE. Actually, the formula is PE sin theta, right? But the PE sin theta में अगर maximum हमको चाहिए तो उसके लिए theta should be 90, and when theta becomes equal to 90, the torque will be PE sin 90, and sin 90 is 1, so we can say this will be PE into 1, which is going to be simply PE, no doubt. Now the next one, see this question number 20 here. Yes, it tells us simply that, okay, an electric dipole consists of two opposite charges, each of 0.05 microcoulomb and separated by 30 millimeter. Okay, so this is the dipole, and suppose it is just kept inside a electric field. जैसा कि वहां पे next step में दिया हुआ है. This is suppose an electric field. Okay, and a dipole is just kept in this electric field. Suppose this is a positive charge and this is the negative charge, and the dipole is kept like this, making an angle of, okay, एंगल तो दिया नहीं है ना, तो यहाँ पे और निकलना क्या है हमको, the maximum torque exerted by the field on the dipole is. Okay, so maximum torque के लिए क्या करना होगा हमको, we'll have to assume that the torque, the dipole is going to be perpendicular to this electric field here. So just consider this as a dipole. This is suppose negative charge and this is going to be the positive charge. So now the total electric torque exerted by the dipole is given by torque is equal to P into E, correct है? P into E. So if you just put the values of P and E, अभी P मतलब क्या होता है? Q into 12 होता है, याद है ये सभी को? Q into 12, and that is multiplied by E kept as it is. So Q is given to be 0.05 microcoulomb. Micro मतलब 10 raised to minus 6 हो गया. Into what is the distance between two poles? The distance between two poles is given to be 30 millimeter. देखो यहाँ पे ये 30 millimeter. So that is given by 30 millimeter मतलब कितना, 3 सेंटीमीटर हो गया वो. तो 3 सेंटीमीटर मतलब उसको हम लिख सकते हैं 3 into 10 raised to minus 2 meter, right? And that is multiplied by the electric field, which is already given to be 10 raised to 6 Newton here, and hence here it will be 10 raised to 6. Now just we can see it is 10 raised to 6 and 10 raised to minus 6 will just get cancelled. And what is this 0.05 multiplied by 3? It comes out to be 0.15 and should be multiplied with 10 raised to minus 2 here, which will give us the torque, which can be written as 1.5 into 10 raised to minus 3. Okay, that is in Newton meter. So this is actually going to be the torque, which is there in the option D here, which will be the correct. That is the maximum torque acting on the dipole. Yes. Okay, just see this question number 21 also. This is also based on the same formula, that is torque is equal to PE sin theta. So just read it once. An electric dipole of length 1 centimeter is placed in a axis, with the axis making an angle 30 degree with the electric field of strength 30 degree, of strength 10 raised to 4 Newton per coulomb. If it experiences a torque of 10 root 2 Newton meter, then what is the potential energy of the dipole? Here, अभी अच्छा potential energy का concept तुमको नहीं है, वो नेक्स्ट स्टैंडर्ड में, मतलब 12th स्टैंडर्ड में तुमको पढ़ना है. Just leave it. ओके, सो इलेक्ट्रिक डाइपोल, सॉरी इलेक्ट्रिक पोटेंशियल का भी तुमको नहीं है डाइपोल का, वो नेक्स्ट ईयर ही है एक्चुअली. लेट अस सी दिस 24th one. Okay, 24th question. The electric field due to is given by 5I bar plus 4J bar plus 9K bar. The electric flux passing through a surface of area 20 units lying in YZ plane will be. Yes. Okay, so let us try to draw the diagram for this. If the electric field is given by 5I bar plus 4J bar plus 9K bar. Okay, so in this XYZ plane, तो ये suppose ये हमारा XYZ plane है, ये X axis, ये suppose Y axis और ये Z axis है. और इस पूरे XYZ plane में ठीक है, इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड जो है तो वो suppose we draw it by red color. So this is the electric field. इमेजिन करो ये 3 डायमेंशनल डायग्राम है, ठीक है. दिस इज द इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड in the 3 dimensions in the space here. Okay, now what we want here is electric flux through a surface area of 20 unit lying in YZ plane. Okay, so where is YZ plane? You can see clearly YZ plane. तो उसके लिए ये suppose हमारा x axis, y axis और z axis अगर होता है, नहीं तो ऐसा करते हैं, ये x axis बोल देंगे, ठीक है, ये y axis बोल देंगे और ये जो है इसको हम बोल देंगे z axis. ये चलो ठीक है, ऐसा भी कर सकते हैं. This is x axis, this is going to be y axis and this will be the z axis. Okay, so where is the yz plane? We can see this is the yz plane. यहाँ पे ये जो है ये actually yz plane है, बराबर. तो उस yz plane में अगर 20 units का अगर एक एरिया अगर ड्रॉ करो, ये देखो, we can just draw the area of 20 units like this here. This is the area of 20 units. You can just share this area. Okay, can you tell me where should be the area vector of this directed? इस एरिया का एरिया वेक्टर कौन से डायरेक्शन में होगा? See here, we can just draw it like this. So the area vector will be directed in this direction here, okay, which is at right angles to this YZ plane, which is parallel to X axis here, right? So this is actually going to be the area vector. And this area vector can be expressed in vector form. उसको हम चाहिए तो ds bar बोल सकते हैं, ds bar. Okay, how will you express this ds bar? सो ds बार विल बी, अभी उसका मैग्नीट्यूड कितना है 20 है बराबर, तो इसलिए उसको हम लिख देंगे 20, उसका मैग्नीट्यूड हो गया, बट विच इट इज डायरेक्टेड अलोंग दिस आई बार, राइट? आई बार के डायरेक्शन में है कि नहीं ये? आई बार मतलब यूनिट वेक्टर अलोंग एक्स एक्सिस, तो एक्स एक्सिस के अलोंग जो यूनिट वेक्टर होता है उसी के डायरेक्शन में ये बन रहा है, इसलिए यहाँ पे ये ds बार जो है तो वो क्या बनेगा 20 टाइम्स ऑफ आई बार, करेक्ट है? सो दिस बिकम्स आवर ds बार, ओके। एंड एट द सेम टाइम इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड जो है, तो इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड तो ऑलरेडी दिया हुआ है, ये देखो 5 आई बार प्लस 4 j bar plus 9 k bar, right? So if you just use this electric field here, तो इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड का एक्सप्रेशन E बार हो उसको हम लिख देंगे, so E बार will be 5 I bar plus 4 J bar plus 9 K bar, right? So this is the electric field. So we want to find out the electric flux d phi, and as we know that this d phi is actually the dot product of d E bar dot ds bar, right? सो ई बार और ds बार का डॉट प्रोडक्ट अगर ले लेंगे तो ई बार के बदले क्या आएगा यहाँ पे 5 आई बार प्लस 4 j बार प्लस 9 k बार, राइट? एंड डॉट प्रोडक्ट ऑफ दिस विथ ds बार which is going to be simply 20 I bar, but 20 I bar can be written as 20 I bar plus 0 j bar plus 0 k bar, correct है? And then we can just multiply this and take out the dot product of this whole thing, so that we can get this 5 into 20. डॉट प्रोडक्ट लेने का तरीका याद रखो, इस टिक से ऐसे ही होता है। सो कोएफिशिएंट ऑफ आई बार इनटू कोएफिशिएंट ऑफ आई बार हियर प्लस here it will be coefficient of j bar into coefficient of j bar here, which will be 4 into 0, and last is 9 into 0 again, which is going to be the, so it will be 100. Here it is 100 plus 0 plus 0, which comes out to be simply 100, and that is actually going to be the total flux. This is we have found out. So we have found out the dot product of this electric field and area vector, and hence we can got the electric flux here, no doubt. Let us see the next one. Electric dipole of moment. नहीं, ये भी potential energy पे based है. Again, that is not in your syllabus of 11th standard. It will be there in 12th standard. Okay, then next is 26 one. There exists an electric field of 1 Newton per coulomb along y direction. The flux passing through the square of 1 meter in xy plane inside the electric field is, okay, this is again the similar question. You can also do it on your own. See here, there is exist a electric field of 1 Newton per coulomb along y direction. Okay, so देखो, suppose this is our x-axis. This is y-axis, and this is z-axis. Okay. So electric field will be shown to be upwards. So this is suppose y-axis, this is suppose x-axis, and this is going to be z-axis. Okay. तो इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड जो है वो कौन से डायरेक्शन में है? y डायरेक्शन में है, मतलब इलेक्ट्रिक फील्ड विल बी डायरेक्टेड इन दिस डायरेक्शन. You can just draw it like this. Okay, so this is the electric field which is directed upwards. Okay, this is the electric field. Now, what is we want here is the flux passing through the square of 1 meter placed in xy plane is. तो अब देखो हमको एक 1 मीटर का स्क्वायर ड्रॉ करना है और वो भी xy प्लेन में. तो ये देखो xy प्लेन के अंदर हम ये स्क्वायर ड्रॉ करेंगे इस तरह से. ये सपोज बन गया स्क्वायर. जो कि एक्स वाई प्लेन में ही है. You can just shade it again. ये स्क्वायर है. Okay. Now the square is in xy plane and the electric field is going to be parallel to this area, because the area का जो वेक्टर नॉर्मल है वो कौन से डायरेक्शन में रहने वाला है? It will be directed perpendicular to the xy plane. That means it will be parallel to this z axis here. So this is actually going to be the vector normal of this area, which is going to be this way. We can call it as ds bar. And if we just consider the dot product of E bar and ds bar, तो क्या होगा यहाँ पे? फ्लक्स जो है, फ्लक्स निकालने के लिए जरूरी है E bar dot ds bar करना पड़ेगा. But as we can see here that E bar is perpendicular to ds bar. देखो यहाँ पे E bar और ds bar के बीच में कितना एंगल है? 90 डिग्री का एंगल है, दिख रहा है? E bar is going to be vertical y axis के डायरेक्शन में, और जो ds bar जो है वो z डायरेक्शन में है. So this dot product of these two will be actually equal to 0, just because E bar is perpendicular to ds bar. जो दो वेक्टर्स परपेंडिकुलर होते हैं उनका डॉट प्रोडक्ट हमेशा 0 निकलता है, और इसलिए ये डॉट प्रोडक्ट 0 बन जाएगा. एंड हेंस वी कैन से दैट द टोटल इलेक्ट्रिक फ्लक्स पासिंग थ्रू दिस xy plane area which lies in xy plane where electric field is also along y axis will be 0. Okay. Yes. See this 27th question here. Okay, the distance between two charges is the distance between two point charges is increased by 10%. Then the force of interaction between them will increase by 10% or decrease by 10% or decrease by 17% or decrease by 21%. Okay. तो देखो हमको ये पता है ऑलरेडी कि force between two charges is directly proportional to Q1 Q2, and also we can say that this force is inversely proportional to R square. बराबर है? और यहाँ पे डिस्टेंस के बारे में ही बोला जा रहा है. डिस्टेंस इज गोइंग टू इंक्रीज बाय 10%. सो व्हाट विल हैपन टू द फोर्स? वी हैव टू फाइंड आउट. ओके, एंड चार्जेस आर केप्ट एज इट इज, सो वी हैव टू यूज दिस फार्मूला हियर. यहाँ पे हमको यही यूज करना है कि फोर्स इज इनवर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल टू द आर स्क्वायर. सो अभी अगर हम सपोज ये फर्स्ट इनिशियल कंडीशन अगर यूज करेंगे तो हमको फोर्स F मिलेगा, जो कि फोर्स विल बी प्रोपोर्शनल टू 1 अपॉन आर स्क्वायर. ओके. But when we consider the second condition, final condition, so F dash will actually be proportional to 1 upon R dash square, where R dash is going to be the final distance. Or we can just call it as F2 and R2. If we want to find this, F1 is the initial force and R1 is the initial distance. And if we just copy this same formula, F for 2, so F2 will be proportional to 1 upon R2 square. Okay. But here F2 upon F1 जो है वो कितना आएगा? देखो ठीक से, F2 upon F1 will be actually equal to, F2 का वैल्यू क्या है? It is 1 upon R2 square. And F1 का क्या? तो it will be 1 upon R1 square actually. Constant of proportionality will get cancelled. Okay. And hence we can just be left with F2 upon F1, which is going to be, ये उल्टा हो जाएगा और यहाँ पे आएगा R1 square upon R2 square, जिसको हम F2 upon F1 इसको R1 upon R2 का whole square ऐसा लिख सकते हैं. But see, according to the given condition here, it tells us that the distance between them is increased by 10%. So what does it mean? R2 is going to be R1 plus 10% of R1. करेक्ट है? तो ये इसका मतलब होता है 10% से इंक्रीज हो गया. So if we just write that R2 is equal to R1 plus 10% of R1, so we can just simplify this and write it as R1 plus, अभी 10% का मतलब क्या होता है? 10 upon 100, right, into R1. And if we just reduce this 0 here, then we can just get that R2 is equal to R1 plus 0.1 into R1. And now if we just take R1 common, then we can just get it as R1 into 1 plus 0.1, correct hai? And R2 becomes actually equal to 1.1 into R1, correct hai? So R2 equal to 1.1 into R1. So if we just put this value of R2 here in this equation, इस इक्वेशन के अंदर अगर हमने डाल दिया तो हमको क्या मिलेगा, देखो नेक्स्ट स्टेप में. So we can get this F2 upon F1 is going to be equal to R1 upon R2 का whole square. But R2 is already obtained to be 1.1 into R1, right? And hence we can just cancel this R1 here and get this simplified as F2 upon F1 is equal to 1 upon 1.1 का square क्या बनता है? It becomes 1.21, right? And if we just cross multiply it here, then we can just get it as F2 is going to be equal to 1 upon 1.21 into F1. Now if we just express this in terms of the fraction, तो 1 upon 1.2 क्या बनता है? Okay, 1 upon 1.21 can be written as 1 upon 1.2 only, and it can be written as 10 upon 12, which can also be written as 5 by 6, which can be written as 0. देखो यहाँ पे 6 ones are 6, 6 8s are 48, 2 बचा 20 हो गया, 6 3s are बस हो गया 0.83. Okay, so this is the reciprocal of this 1.21. So 1 upon 1.21 is 0.83 and that is times F1. So अभी F2 जो है वो 0.83 times of F1 है, मतलब उसको हम कैसे लिखेंगे, एक परसेंटेज में कैसे लिखेंगे, तो उसको लिख सकते हैं 83 upon 100 and that is F1 into F1, which can also be written as so F2 can be written to be equal to 83 by 100 into F1, मतलब ही वो बन गया 83% of F1, करेक्ट है क्या? देखो F1 का वो 83% बन गया. अभी 83% मतलब बन गया मतलब क्या, फोर्स डिक्रीजेस. ओके, डिक्रीजेस बाय व्हाट परसेंट, पहले वो 100% था, अभी 83% बन गया, मतलब कितना परसेंट से कम हो गया, सो वी कैन से 17% से कम हो गया. ओके, सो द फोर्स डिक्रीजेस बाय 17%. Okay, which is there already here in this option C here. C is going to be actually the correct option. Getting it? Okay, just take the screenshot of this if you want. Okay, just we'll stop this lecture here. Thank you all of you.